Inland Sports.
And now join us here on the Inland Sports Show, fresh off a huge victory against Vista Del Lago. It is the head coach of your Moreno Valley Vikings, Ben Benitez. And Coach Benitez, listen, you coached at VDL, but I know you are a Moreno Valley High School guy. Despite your connections with Coach Tui and the Ravens, they do a fantastic job. How big of it was a win for you and to do that for your alma mater at Moval?
Well, I mean, it was a huge win for our community. A lot of guys, when I came back to Mobile originally, a lot of guys, number one on their suggested to do list was bring the trophy back. you know,
Yeah,
and,
right.
and for a long time, it wasn't really much of a rivalry there. I think prior to Tui taking over, Visalago, like in that 15 year span, had only won one other time. So, just that they kind of flipped we flipped the city, to Visalago, and to come back home and finally get one. We almost had them last year, man. We kind of fumbled it away on the 20-yard line going in for that touchdown. So, we really were looking forward to this game, and to be able to do it, it just was such a relief and such a exciting moment for us and the kids. So we're super excited about it.
Dude, exciting win, exciting for the school and the program, and the way you guys did it. I mean, Cyree Matthews and Ricky Jaramillo, right? He caught
Yeah.
two touchdowns in the fourth quarter.
Mhm.
Can you just say what those guys were able to do to step up late in the game and make huge plays when the Vikings needed it the most?
Well, Cyree has been having a great start to this season. And I'm really proud of him just for kind of like staying the course, because we probably played our worst game of the season, in this early part of the season. But and a lot of kids, might not take that well, and he took it in stride and kind of like stayed focused and was like next play mentality. And when the moments were the biggest moments of the game, he showed up and delivered. And my man Ricky, man, I love Ricky. Obviously, he's actually a 3 year starter for us. He came over and played for us as a freshman. My first year, and last year was having a crazy great start to the season, and tore his meniscus, so he ended up missing half of the season. So to have him come back, and then right before the season, he had like a AC joint injury, and we didn't know if we were gonna have him for a little while. And for him to come back and then finally have this moment I couldn't be more happy for a kid, or just everything he's gone through, be able to overcome it and have two big touchdowns, help us win the game. Super, 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 super excited for that guy, and I appreciate him sticking it out with us, because I know it's been a rough journey for him.
Yeah, man, I didn't know those backstories on those guys. That's awesome, and it probably makes that victory a lot more sweeter. To pull that out against a rival like that. So, Coach, you guys are 3-0. I
Yep.
mean, what have you liked about your team through the first three victories of the season? What are you guys doing well right now? Obviously, perseverance, right? Like hanging tough and making big plays late in games. But what else do you like about your team right now?
I like the culture of our team. We're very, very close to each other, like tight knit group, and the coaching staff is, we're all really good friends, and everybody just gets along really well. The culture on our campus right now is very upbeat. We're just I feel like we're finally in a place where everybody believes in themselves also. So I think that, I tell the kids all the time, having belief in yourself is half of the battle.
Yeah.
If you believe you can do it, then you can. Right. And so them just believing they can actually play some of these teams and make some of these plays to actually win these games, it really allows you to kind of play free, kind of play fearless. And going into this, I think we've had a different look in our eyes this year. Um, and so I'm super excited about just their composure and their commitment and their belief that we could be a good football team this year.
All right, Coach. I don't have your schedule open in front of me, but who's your next two non-league games?
We got La Sierra up and then Chafee.
Oh, that's all right. La Sierra on Thursday. I might see you at that one. I might actually pop in for a little bit, and then
Okay, cool.
in Chafee before you guys hit Inland Valley League. Now, listen, I'm not trying. I'm not trying to set you up to predict you going 10-0, but it would be pretty nice to run the table in non-league and then get to league play and come out with a league championship. But speaking of league play, I mean, there's a couple other teams doing really well, getting off to hot starts in the Inland Valley League as well. So. But I would figure Moval's going to be there in the mix, right, at the end of the day when we're talking about league champions.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely hope so, right?
Yeah.
We're coming off the league championship last year. We brought back the majority of the team. I think I only had 7 seniors graduate last year, really, and maybe half of those guys actually had significant playing time. So we started 5 freshmen on our football team last year. So we're super excited to be able to go back there and compete. And obviously it'd be amazing to go 10-0, but you can't go 10-0 unless you go 1-0 10 times. And so that's kind of been our mantra. Just win the week. Don't think too far ahead. Win the week. I give the kids, 24-hour rule. After the win, you got 24 hours, celebrate, feel good about yourself, and then back to film, and we're back at it. We're moving on to the next opponent. So right now we got La Sierra. I've already looked at them on film. Coach, I'm actually good friends with that coach over there, La Sierra, and his son's started quarterback.
Yeah,
Steven looks
Coach Moore.
really
Yeah.
good. Yep, Steven looks really good, on film, and I'm really excited for that program and where he's taking things, and I hope they do well, and hopefully we can just have a good game, stay healthy, and then we're on the Chafee. You know what I mean?
Well, Coach Benitez, like you said, even going back to last season, you had guys coming back. You didn't graduate that many seniors, so you probably knew you had some talent coming back. But to get off to a 3-0 start to the season, do you feel like maybe, I know the kids would say like a swagger, but just like a confidence, like you said, hey, we can line up with a lot of teams and win these games. Like we should be, in all 10 regular season games. We have a chance to win all of these. Do you feel like there's like some momentum or some confidence building up in this team, win after win?
I definitely think so. I would kind of pinpoint it back to pregame against Paloma Valley. You know, uh, we have a little routine that we do, and I go in there, we do a team prayer, and I give a little speech, and then we walk up to the stadium. And normally, in past practice, I'm going in there, kids got the radio blaring, and they're kind of like just getting ready, hyping themselves up. This time when I walked in, it was dead silence, no music. Everybody was sitting down, everybody was ready, and two things crossed my mind. I was like, "Ooh, we're either gonna get blown out because we're scared, or we're really locked in right now." And so I was hoping it was, the second option here. And I was like, "You guys okay, man? We just locked in today." And a couple guys just like, looked at me and was like, "Yeah, we're ready to go."
And how does
And
that
so
make you feel as the coach? Like you didn't have to tell them, "Hey guys, focus, get locked in. Paloma Valley's good. If you're not ready to go, we're gonna lose tonight." Like, how did that make you feel? Like you walked in, these guys already knew what to do. I mean, they were ready to handle business.
I mean, it's a good feeling because if it's always coming from the coach, we're probably not a good football team. And when it finally transitions to that, that culture of it's coming from the kids and the coach doesn't have to say a lot, then you're probably got a decent little program going. And so it was a really good moment for me where I was like, you know what? We might have something special here, and I have really good seniors this year. The leadership has been amazing, and so I think, and I mean, being so young, this past few years, we finally got some veteran football players, right? We got some dudes who are 3-year starters. I mentioned Ricky; he's only a junior, but he's a 3-year starter. We got a couple Pit. We call him Pitbull. His name's Brian. He played as a freshman. He's a 3-year starter, and so like we have some really young guys who've played significant varsity football time, and so it's one of those things where we're not trying to convince kids to be football players. We have football players now, and we're excited about that.
All right, Coach Benitez. I know it's all about La Sierra this Thursday, right? You're only focused on the Eagles, but I'm just for my own informational, educational purposes. You're a
Mhm.
Moval guy, so I'm not trying to put you on the spot. But do you know has Moval ever had a team go 10-0 during the regular season?
I'm actually a really big history guy too. Like
Okay,
mobile history, I've been putting like trying to get all the stats together. We have a lot of holes, but I go through a lot of yearbooks. I know in years past they've been undefeated 2 other times.
okay,
Like I think the very first season actually they were 9-0-1.
okay,
Right, so they had a tie, right? They zero losses, but they had a tie,
yeah.
and then I believe the 2015 football season, they went 10-0, obviously, and we ended. I was actually on that staff. We ended up losing, I think, in the second round playoffs on a hail mary. Like we were having a crazy season, and Palm Desert threw a 70-yard Hail Mary pass that sent us home. And so two other times in 61 years of existence, it'd be cool to be able to put my name on a 10-0 season. So
And I'd
hopefully,
assume that's probably, I mean, that's a goal, right? You can give the kids like, hey guys, let's go 5-0 non-league, let's go 5-0 in league play, let's finish 10-0 in the regular season. Is that something maybe you could use to kind of, it sounds like they're already motivated, they're already locked in, but something to kind of, hey guys, if we play hard, we could have a really special season that only a couple, Moreno Valley teams have ever done.
yeah, I mean, it's definitely a point of conversation for all the kids every year, right? Every year, every football team is probably, at the summertime posting ring
Oh
season.
yeah.
Everybody has hopes to do it, but when you really get in the thick of it all, it's hard. You got injuries, you have um, different things that might not go your way. Penalties. Like, I mean, really, realistically, we probably should have lost if it's a Lago, but they had a couple penalties there at the end and a couple, mental errors on their kids that propelled us and allowed us to win, and so that's just the way football is. Sometimes the ball just don't bounce your way. So to be able to be locked in 10 weeks in a row, get 10 wins in a row, I think if we were able to do it, that'd be amazing. Obviously, it's a wish, but not the goal, right? The goal is just to compete every week, give our best effort, and see where it falls. If we go out there, especially like against Fisalago, the message was just go out there and give it your all. Don't leave the field shaking your head like, dang, I wish I coulda, shoulda, woulda. Just give me your best shot,
Mm-hmm.
and let's see, do we win? Are we the better football team? If not, oh well, it's a non-league game anyway. We'll keep it moving forward, and to come out with the win, we're obviously that goal is still up there of a potential 10-0 season, but we were just happy with the win.
And I'm not trying to be overly dramatic, but since you've been the head coach at Moval, do you think that's your biggest win or like your signature victory so far?
Oh, I mean, definitely. I mean, uh, my first year was a struggle. We only won two games. I in my first day of practice, I tell people all the time, I was like, we only have 15 kids. Like, I kind of knew. I was like, this is probably gonna not be that great of a season. I only have 15 students. Having to recruit just our campus, like
Mm-hmm.
kids. Hey, man, you look like you might be good at football. Come on and try. And really, it took it all the way through August to be able to find like 35 kids to field a varsity football team. And last year we beat Canyon Springs for a league championship. That was a very big moment. To bring also, we have a rivalry trophy, the Butterfield Trophy between those two schools also. So to bring that home, that one was big. But to beat Vista Del Lago, who's one of the top programs in our area now, Coach Tui, love that guy. I wouldn't actually be a head coach without him. He gave me my first shot as an offense coordinator. I was there with him for 5 seasons, and that program is just solid. They got a ton of talent, great coaches, and to be able to overcome and climb that mountain, and hey, we're here too. Like, yeah, this is definitely our biggest win for sure.
Well, Coach, you're having a couple really good days, man. You guys beat Vista Del Lago. Our Niners go on the road and beat New Orleans. Like it's a great weekend, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's been a good couple of days here.
Well, Coach, listen, congratulations. I'm sure there's more wins to come for you guys this season. I really do appreciate your time and best of luck. And hopefully we can do this again down the road when maybe we're talking about titles and championships.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thank you again for having me, and just I appreciate the love and the consideration to be on the program. So keep doing what you're doing, man. We love you in IE, so appreciate you.
All right, and one more thing. Spoiler alert: you guys are in the top 25 this week, so keep an eye out for that. You forced your way in. We couldn't keep you out any longer. You forced your way in. So
It's crazy. So I watched the pep rally, and you guys mentioned that might be a thing. I started thinking about it. I was like, dang, I'm gonna have to go back and start digging. I don't remember the last time Mobile was in the top 25. So it's gonna be a good
yeah.
feeling for our kids, to be up there. And now that we're there, we got to keep it right. We got to earn it every week. And now we're not hunting anybody. We're
Uh-huh.
gonna be money, right? They're going to come for us. We're going to get everybody's best game. So hopefully we make you proud.
Dude, you're on the radar now for sure, man. You're in the top 25. And now this time of the year it starts getting messy because think about it. Vista Del Lago beat Valley View and Riverside Poly, but you guys beat Vista Del Lago, so theoretically you should be ahead of all those teams. So we'll have to wait and see what happens when we release the poll this week.
Absolutely. We'll see how it shakes out. Hopefully we keep the thing going. Appreciate you.
You got it. That's Ben Benitez, the head coach of your Moreno Valley Vikings here on the Inland Sports Show.
Inland Sports.